Today will be the first day of school, and social emotional learning is a high priority there.
It's really important for us to remember that not only are academics important, but our emotions and our social connections are as well.
Importance of social emotional learning.
It's social emotional health.
Social emotional learning through music.
Well, research shows that the arts help students learn. It's called social emotional learning.
Students have the opportunity to gain pride in themselves. They learn social emotional learning in the classroom. They can develop their character. They have to perform on stage. Music carries emotion. When you introduce emotion, you introduce engagement. So we take the fact that we now have an engaged student and try to communicate a message through music that we want that student to understand. But music has applications far beyond music class. Because it goes into math, it teaches you rhythm, it teaches you counting, it teaches you fractions. It goes into science, the science of anatomy, the science of sound. It can develop them physically. There's rhythmic movement, there's fine motor movement in music. Arts education is extremely valuable.
Hello, everybody. My name's Craig Round. In case you didn't know, I am one of the band teachers at Rogers Middle School.
And I'm Andrew Parr, and I'm the choir director at Rogers Middle School.
And we are joining you here from the Performing Arts Center at Rogers High School.
Yeah, you might remember it. It probably looked more crowded than this.
Pretty empty. And it's been that way for a long time, as you would imagine.
In regular times, your student at this point, being in 7th grade, would have experienced 4 performances in this space and would be getting ready for another one in the form of a spring music festival. But because of the state of things, your students only experienced 1 performance in this space.
And it's such a big thing to perform in here. Kids get to play for elementary school students, for your parents. They play for each other. So it's really a big highlight. It's taking all of the music that we worked really hard on and showcasing it and really making the things that we learned really special.
That's right. So that is what's been missing in the experience for distance learning. We want every kid to get to perform here again. That's such a desire of theirs.
Yes.
It has been very impressive to me how many of the students have really been able to handle distance learning in a productive way, getting the academic skills they need, even though it's not ideal. But what's really apparent to me is that the social emotional growth that they would be experiencing in school is so lacking. And that's not a surprise to anybody, but we were really thinking about it, and we feel like music, what we offer here, is that environment that fosters social and emotional growth in students.
Yes, it gives them the chance to take their emotions that they're feeling and expressing it through the music. And you're also doing it in a collaborative teamwork kind of a group where you are a unit, you are together and you belong together. And so it is a really important key piece of education that you get that experience. And one other thing I want to point out is that I know that if, especially through this COVID stuff, it's kind of probably played a little bit on your kids' motivation and outlook on music and things like that. And I want to point out the fact that if your child is on the bubble, they have not been able to experience this. They have not been able to do this outside of one time. And so I really hope that you guys really consider that, and as part of the, we haven't really given this much of a shot.
It's true. There's a lot of great potential here, and we really want that for these kids who are currently in 7th grade to get to experience it again. I hate to say in a normal way, but in a way that allows them to physically perform with one another in this space.
And one thing that I also want to point out is that we have a reward as far as in the band program. What do we do with kids that stick through the entire program? Well,
so you saw how in band they are able to write their names on the wall. Now in choir, we haven't written our names physically on the wall, but you'll see the t-shirts as you look at this next video, and you'll notice how the 8th graders each year will sign their name on this t-shirt, and they too get immortalized on the wall in the front of the room. And I've seen students do this. They walk and they look at, 2017, and they go, oh, I know him or her from whatever activity. I didn't know they were in music. They figured it out because of it.
It's such a great experience for kids to be able to think back.
Yeah.
It builds memories and
It
just
does.
wonderful experiences.
Yeah. So we sure hope that you've been able to hear what we're saying, and we'll be able to work with your student again next year.
We look forward to working with your kids.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.